Back to game number 2 in this best of 3 quarterfinals match. It's the very last quarterfinals match for the IEM Katowice qualifiers. Ladies and gentlemen, only one player from today can make it through. We got 2 semifinals to go through. The winner of this one goes to fight against Jakshi, and we'll see who can make it. They are currently leading the series, though, a 1-0. It is in the northern spawn location. The red Terran player from CJ Entis.
In the bottom position, as the teal Protoss, it is LiquidHERO.
Of course, the game part overlays what you get to see all these wonderful, lovely things with. Makes the viewing experience a little bit enhanced, and we'll see how Hero plays this one out. I guarantee you guys that was an off. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you've practiced against a Terran player. That's not a strategy you're used to playing against. Maybe 888, sure, but the follow-up of the Proxy Factory leading into what was the 16-minute game, fun, fantastic for us, but I guarantee you frustrating and stressful for Hero. Hopefully he's able to keep a calm head coming to game number 2.
Yeah, interesting stuff, but that is, I suppose, GUMIHO in a nutshell. He's going to go for a gas first opener here, so potentially another one-base factory. Well, not proxy this time.
Yeah, well, we do have Hero checking for it, of course, to be safe. Until Extreme Masters logo in the middle of the map. Cool beans. Just a quick little nod to them. As again, that's what this is all for. For those who don't know, the Katowice tournament in total at the end is the $100,000 tournament you guys have heard about. The winner-take-all tournament that's been causing controversy and hype throughout Reddit, Team Liquid, social media, and these are qualifiers to get a chance to even go and play. That's why only one player from this entire pool will go there in the end. And we've had some great games so far, and we still got some good ones ahead of us. Not quite close to the end of the day, but we are closing in here, and I want to thank every single one of you who have been joining us so far for the cast. It has been a blast. Didn't mean to rhyme, but it didn't take much time to put those together. Whatever. Anyways, for Hero, he sees the factory coming down the base, and I gotta tell you, he's probably sighing of relief right now.
His buildings are inside his bases. Thank God.
Woo!
No, it's really good that he also got that scout, you know, if a Marine popped out and the probe was later and he wouldn't be able to get it. So now he knows he has to prepare for, I don't honestly know what, you know, I'd say that one base Widowmine drops is still the most popular and only one base I really see in TVP, but I feel like GUMIHO is definitely one to, like, you know, do like Hellion drops instead or something.
Well, if we're going to talk about popular and we're going to talk about Polar Knight, it's got to be Blink for LiquidHERO. I mean, the thing is, you don't have to one base it. You can two base it even. It can be a late game blink. It doesn't have to be an all-in blink. But the reality is this map is very susceptible to blink because of the way the base is structured. It's almost impossible, it feels, to hold it off, but we've seen players do it. Hero, perhaps knowing that GUMIHO may expect that being the map, might not even go for it in the end. Of course, LiquidHERO is also not so much known for his super all-in tactics. He's not exactly heralded as the cheesy player by any means. So I wouldn't be at all shocked if he completely bypassed that. Maybe open with an Oracle, as we do see the Stargate coming down, and just lead into that very classic Charge Storm follow-up.
So one base Oracle. It's not, I mean, I want to say it's surprising, but since he did scout it, it's like, it's weird, you know, like the Oracle obviously is going to have the ability to get to the detection for the Widowmine, but then the Widowmine is going to be able to take down the Oracle if Hero tries to be aggressive with it. No, actually, Hero's not going for a drop. He's going for Banshees. Oh, okay, so now the Stargate can be used for Phoenixes. So,
Ooh, Time Warp. So normally 3 Marines beats out a Mothership Core, but with the Stalker DPS added into this, that's not quite going to be the case. And without a reactor, there's a Widowmine on top of the ramp, so it's not like GUMIHO can push, or sorry, Hero can push into GUMIHO's base, but get some free Marines there. Not too bad of a start to this game.
Yeah, and he's getting an Oracle, so that was actually exactly what he wanted, was to get rid of all the Marines. Now it's going to be, like, what, 2 Marines?
But with a Widowmine...
No, not even.
I kind of hope he puts this Widowmine in his mineral line. He's got to expect this coming. Banshee coming across the map may intercept it.
Even when they scout, like, one base and think it's a Widowmine drop, some players still go for the Nexus into, like, Robo. You know, just get a faster Robo for the Observer. They don't go for a one-gate Stargate, one-base Stargate.
I think he's using this for detection, not for harass.
Right? That's what he thinks it is a Widowmine drop. Yeah, he hasn't seen the Banshee.
It'll work for the Banshee here in the end, yeah.
Well, the Cloak, yeah.
Phoenix is coming out too, going to be really nice. We saw Grubby defeat Jakshi with relative ease with Phoenix Colossus play, but one of the biggest drawbacks to that build... Yeah, there you go. Cloak not going to get much done here. Unfortunately for GUMIHO, this Banshee will go to waste, and I always forget Banshees are light units, so Phoenix has absolutely wrecked them with their bonus damage.
Yeah. I do like that opener from Hero. You know, the Stargate pretty much allowed him both responses to what GUMIHO could be doing with it, or it was a Widowmine drop, or a Banshees. He's got, you know, tools to defend it. And now he's going to be able to potentially counterattack. I don't know if the Orc can really do anything. You can pop the attack with Revelation or whatever it is that sees, right?
Yeah, it's just it costs a lot of energy, so typically you don't see players be able to afford to do both. But one thing worth noting too, if a Widowmine's burrowed, you can Graviton Beam it. There you go. Not only that, but kill it. And even if you didn't be able to kill it, it drops it back unburrowed on the ground. So if you want to uproot something, he certainly could. But 3 Stalkers are going to prove to be a bit of an issue. That pylon comes down right behind the Mineral Lines in full view, and I'm surprised he let this like even win for the orbital. Like, this should have been canceled and lifted.
Yeah. I feel so too, because the Phoenixes are also there, but I mean...
Well, actually, they retreated back home.
Yeah,
There's a Banshee attack going on. Oh my god, how many workers?
Jeez.
7 kills. He retreated a lot to the natural, so it wasn't that bad.
Okay, good. I was like, oh my god, he killed like the entire mineral line. No,
Yeah, it looked like that at first. Siege Tank is here, though, and he's going to be able to hold off the Stalkers pretty easily. Looks like the orbital will get away. Not even really that badly hurt, just burning slightly. Just a little bit on fire, not a big deal.
Yeah, no biggie, no biggie. The Phoenixes were there. I swear that it might have... Well, I guess it would have gotten really low, but I don't know about taking it down. That's a little worrying. Yeah, he does lose a Phoenix for it. I thought he might. Mr. was trying to be put up, so instead the SB dies. 2 Vikings. I don't think we've taken enough time to realize that GUMIHO's going for tanks, Marines, tanks, and air, and he could be doing a 2-base 1-1-1 push.
Well, like 1 base for the time being.
It's 2-1-1, but still a push with tanks, pretty much. Again, it's never been heard of. It's not that. It's really rare.
The thing too is tanks, again, you can't, like, they're not, you guys never want to build tanks for the sake of having them unsieged. But as we see, giving chase, they do hit pretty hard to armored units, let's not forget, and they hit pretty darn fast. 25 per point, or 1 second, well, 1.04 seconds, sorry. It's not too shabby against Stalkers, but of course, sieged up is the best way you want to utilize them. If you clear out the pylon, I'm surprised he kind of left this alone for so long. Like, can you imagine if Hero had gone for, like, Dark Temple or something behind this and had already warped in a couple? Like, that could have been very problematic, but establishing the wall off. GUMIHO looks like he kind of maybe wants to push, but I don't know if that's going to be the best idea. He doesn't he's playing blind,
when they
right?
get tanked. Yeah, I mean, pretty blind. He knows that there's 2 bases in, like, a Stargate, but doesn't know anything else.
Ooh, tank on the front line. Not a good idea. Going to cost him one of his tanks.
Trades for a Stalker, though, so not actually
not really
equal, but anyways, yeah, when you get tanks, either it's for defensive purposes because you think it's good against playing Stalkers, or anything besides that is you're going to do an attack. Like, having them at 16 minutes and defending is usually not what you see. So he is going to try and siege up here. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be. Mothership cores are very effective at dealing with stuff like this, although
he needs to overcharge.
So.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Heart attack moment, that waiting, but this might not even be enough. The siege tanks had so much damage to this Nexus, and he's trying to focus fire down the siege tanks so he can move in with the Stalkers. Unfortunately, going to lose the Mothership core because of this. Now siege tanks are going to fire away at the Stalkers, and the probes are going to be pulled. The overcharge should clean this up. This is going to cost Hero so many probes.
It was a nice hold. He should probably pull back the probes right now. Actually, maybe 5 seconds sooner, but because the overcharge should take care of the Marines. Okay, yeah,
but
it does.
there's no Mothership core anymore, so there's no overcharge for the main.
That's a good point. Oh, a landed Viking was put down. That's something not used to seeing, but
you don't usually see it picked up in a medevac. No, you should fly on its own.
It is held off, but Hero did take quite a few probe kills to hold that off. Actually, 31 in total have gone down, including that Banshee harass. Which, I mean, that is quite a lot. Oh man, he didn't have those Phoenixes with the attack. I totally forgot about them too. They could have lifted up the tanks.
Yeah, and allowed the Stalkers to move in. They were trying to do some worker harass on the other side of the map, but GUMIHO has killed 31 workers, and Hero's only managed to kill 6. Curiously enough, though, Hero still managed to keeping up on the worker count, so not the end of the world for him, but definitely not in a comfortable spot. He does have his upgrades going for him. His tech is a little bit ahead of that of GUMIHO's, but not by much is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, Charge Out Archon is going to be very powerful. Well, I felt like it would have been if GUMIHO was not planning on getting a Ghost Academy, but he's actually getting a fairly early Ghost Academy. It's so weird, I don't want to use that term early, but usually Korean Terrans try and hold on with just bio for like as long as possible, very reluctant to get that Ghost Academy. But I guess now with the Mobius reactor.
So quickly. Force
Yeah.
Fields go down, allow the Zealots to get a little bit of connections to these Marines, but even then, this is looking very difficult to hold. If there's more Stalkers, he picks off the Medivacs and ends up in a good spot, but unfortunately can't even do that. So Zealots without charge, without that level 2 armor upgrade, struggling to do anything here. And Stalkers are going to focus right down the Medivacs, so not too bad there. But unfortunately, with this small push and the stimmed units, I don't know. The cannon's going to buy him the time he needs. I don't like the probe pull. I don't think you need to do that just yet, but against Marauders, of course, Stalkers are never going to be your preferable choice.
Yeah, it's very important that GUMIHO did hit before charge ended. I mean, he probably still would be doing really good damage, but he would have been forced to kite more, would have bought Hero a little more time. Probably not until he can get a cannon up, but there goes the Nexus.
He tried to feed back the Medivacs, but of course there's already no energy on them in the first place from the relentless healing they've been doing. Hero down to 37 workers, working off of 1 base at the moment. I gotta be honest, if GUMIHO just takes a third, or hell, doesn't even need to, he's got the third one in base, he is in a really good spot this game. This is his game to lose at this point.
Definitely. I think that's a good way to put it. Didn't even notice the third was already up and running. Additionally, I also really like this wall off. If one thing was gonna take Hero back into this game would be like a surprise Charter Archon, like a lot of them, and a choke is an easy way to deal with it, or one of the ways to deal with it, anyways. So obviously, it's not gonna happen. Hero just doesn't have enough units in general to do anything. He's just barely holding on.
Yeah, if he had like more Archons, more Immortals, like it's so sad because he's only just barely not able to keep up with Hero, right? Like he might be able to hold this first wave off, but the reinforcements will certainly kill him even if he does hold this. And it's so unfortunate for Hero. Mothership Core goes down again too, so this is looking worse and worse as the game goes on. But Hero not willing to give up just yet because this, of course, his last life if he goes out like this and he's out of the qualifier. And I don't know if he'll be playing the European one or not.
That is it for his units. So, I mean, a couple of Zealots are going to come in. There are no Medivacs. Oh, actually, 2 just showing back up, so never mind about that. He's also still only on 30 probes. He doesn't even have Mineral Bank to afford to warp in.
This is such a low unit war going on right now, but it's still just barely enough to be in GUMIHO's favor. He's got the economy to work off. There is that +2 armor upgrade for the Zealots now, but it's too late. Like, he doesn't have that massive amount of like 17 Zealots charging into the Terran army. There was Storm research, and Storm, unfortunately, or sorry, there was no Storm research, so we don't see any Storms coming out. And the Archons have been his only form of splash damage. I mean, there's no Colossus anytime soon. There's no Storm. I mean, this is looking pretty grim here for LiquidHERO.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Part of me kind of wants him to win because it'd be the craziest comeback of all time, but I don't think it's going to happen.
It would. Plus, I really like Hero. I mean, I like GUMIHO, but I also really like Hero. But it's increasingly not going to happen. Every single blow that he takes is like, it's permanent, you know? Yeah, it's GG.
GUMIHO takes it, guys, 2-0 over LiquidHERO, and will go on to fight against Joshi in the semifinals. So a TVT on the top half, a ZVZ on the bottom half. It'll be a TVZ Grand Finals guaranteed. Interesting concept to consider, but we'll figure out who we're casting next. Of course, the admin Farside is an awesome guy who'll let us know. I've kind of got